Welcome to my channel, Hotspot with Loveth, the ultimate spot for all things entertainment, ranging from celebrity gists, reviews, interesting stories, and African folktales. Subscribe now. So guys, on this episode, I will be reviewing Sonia Uche's latest movie, Bequest. Yes, Bequest, a production from the stables of Sonia Uche, presents a gripping narrative of family secrets, betrayal, and the power of reconciliation. With a stellar cast featuring Sonia Uche, Bryan Okwara, Akpufere, and Bequest, the movie delves into the complexities of human relationships, particularly within a fractured family. Now, the film weaves a tale of suspense, drama, and emotional intensity, exploring how the past can cast long shadows on the present. Now guys, let's go over to the plot overview. Now this movie opens with a poignant scene between Omoni, played by Sonia Uche, and her mother, Mrs. Osagi, portrayed by Bequest. The tension between them is palpable as Mrs. Osagi forgets her daughter's birthday, a detail that Omoni subtly points out is not forgotten for her other siblings. Now this strained relationship sets the stage for the unraveling of deep-seated family secrets. Now Omoni receives a letter from a lawyer in Lagos summoning her for the reading of a will. Despite her mother's objections, Omoni decides to attend. Upon her arrival, she meets Fred, the lawyer, played by Bryan Okwara, who comes across as a friendly and supportive person. However, Ben, played by Akpufere, enters with a hostile attitude, ignoring Omoni's attempts at civility. Now, the will, belonging to Mrs. Omolara, Omoni's aunt, reveals that Omoni and Ben are to share a house worth 120 million or more and a sum of 80 million naira. Now, Omoni is perplexed by this, as she has no recollection of ever meeting her aunt. Now, this initial confusion gives way to conflict as Ben insists on selling the house, a suggestion that Omoni vehemently opposes. As they clash over the future of the house, strange occurrences begin to unsettle them. Lights flicker, doors slam, water going on and off, and the house seems to be haunted by a malevolent presence. Now guys, let's analyze these characters. Now, Omoni, played by Sonia Uche, Omoni's character is the emotional anchor of the film. Her relationship with her mother is strained from the outset, and the audience is immediately drawn to her vulnerability. Despite the harsh treatment from Mrs. Osagi, Omoni remains kind and loving, which makes the revelation of her true parentage all the more heartbreaking. Sonia Uche's portrayal of Omoni is nuanced, capturing the character's strength and fragility. Now, moving on to Mrs. Osagi, a character played by Bequest. Now, Mrs. Osagi is a complex character, harboring a deep resentment toward her own sister, Mrs. Omolara, which she projects onto Omoni. Now, Bequest delivers a powerful performance embodying the bitterness and pain of a woman who has never fully healed from the past wounds. Her eventual reconciliation with Omoni is a poignant moment in the film, showcasing the actress's range. Now, Ben, played by Akpufere, Ben is initially introduced as a hostile character, but as the story unfolds, his layers are peeled back to reveal a more sympathetic figure. His transformation from a thorn in Omoni's side to her ally is well executed. Now, Ben's eventual role in bridging the gap between Omoni and Mrs. Osagi adds depth to his character. Now, moving on to Fred, played by Bryan Okwara. Now, Fred's character serves as the antagonist, though this is not immediately apparent. His charm and friendliness mask a more sinister agenda, and Bryan's performance is effective in gradually revealing Fred's true nature. Now, the twist that Fred is behind the strange happenings in the house adds an element of suspense and keeps the audience engaged. Now guys, let's move on to the themes and symbolism of this beautiful story. So guys, Bequest explores several themes, including the impact of unresolved trauma, the importance of forgiveness, and the ties that bind family members. Now, the movie also delves into the concept of identity as Omoni grapples with the revelation of her true parentage. The house, which is central to the plot, serves as a symbol of the family's fractured relationships. Its haunted nature reflects the unresolved issues that have plagued the family for decades. Now, let's deal with the first one, unresolved trauma. Now, the film highlights how unresolved trauma can fester and affect future generations. Mrs. Osagi's inability to forgive her sister for a mistake that was not entirely her fault creates a rift that ultimately harms her relationship with Omoni. Now, the second theme, family and identity. Omoni's struggle with her identity is a key element of the story. The revelation that she is not the biological daughter of Mrs. Osagi, but of her twin sister, Mrs. Omolara, shakes her to the core. This discovery forces Omoli to reevaluate her place within the family and come to terms with the past she never knew existed. And finally, the theme of forgiveness and reconciliation. The movie's climax centers on the theme of forgiveness. Mrs. Osagi's journey to Lagos to reconcile with Omoni is a powerful moment that underscores the importance of letting go of past hurts. The reconciliation between the characters is not just personal, but symbolic of healing the wounds that have kept them apart. Now guys, over to the cinematic execution of this film. So, the film's direction, cinematography, and editing contribute to its overall impact. The director effectively uses lighting and camera angles to create an atmosphere of suspense, particularly in the scenes set within the house. The transitions between moments of conflict and calm are seamless, allowing the narrative to flow smoothly. The use of sound is also notable, with the airy background score heightening the tension during the supernatural occurrences in the house. Now, the contrast between the quiet moments of introspection and the louder, more chaotic scenes is striking, drawing the audience into the emotional turmoil of the characters. Guys, in conclusion, Bequest is a well-crafted film that explores the complexities of family dynamics with sensitivity and depth. The performances by Sonia, Uche, Bryan, Okwara, Neo Akpufere, and Obe Etok are compelling, bringing to life a story that is both heart-wrenching and hopeful. The movie's exploration of themes such as forgiveness, identity, and the consequences of unresolved trauma resonate deeply, making it a memorable cinematic experience. The film's ability to balance suspense with emotional depth is commendable, and the twist involving Fred's character adds an element of surprise that keeps the audience on edge. Ultimately, guys, Bequest is a story about the power of forgiveness and the healing that comes with reconciliation. It is a film that encourages viewers to reflect on their own relationships and the importance of letting go of past hurts to embrace a brighter future. So guys, trust me when I say that Bequest is a film to watch. So if you haven't seen the movie Bequest, run along right now to Sonia Uche TV to see this movie. It is beautiful, it is interesting. You would be impressed by Neo's acting skills. And if you have seen the movie already, kindly let me know your thoughts about this movie in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to like and share this video, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. Love you all. Bye.